Hello everyone, this is Coach Gene of Drafting Lifestyle and welcome again to another video tutorial. It's been quite a while since we've been working with architectural working drawings. We've gone to site development plan, we also did the floor plan for elevations including sections. Marami sa mga artists or even clients artists or even architects, they don't like to use AutoCAD 3D because yun na nga, medyo mabigat siya and sometimes you need a better machine or kahit na even better machine na, sometimes naglalag pa rin depending on the version that you are going to use in AutoCAD. That's why most of the architects, draftsmen, and even engineers, they prefer to use SketchUp because it is a friendly user application that can be used in work presentation. Pero ang AutoCAD naman din ay napaka-ganda if you're going to exploit it. So, let's start with our video tutorial with creating what we call a three-dimensional figure of an object na gamit sa AutoCAD. So, if you're ready, let us start with our video tutorial or our video exercise. So, as you can see, I have prepared a sample floor plan na ginawa natin sa video tutorial natin. So, you need this one for you to have a what we call guide para sa paggawa ng inyong 3D model sa inyong perspective. Okay? So, all you have to do is simply, as you can see, this is a drafting annotation, and as you can observe also, I did upgrade my AutoCAD work with 2019. Now, I have 2022 version, pero sa PC ko dito sa workplace, I did use only 2019. Okay, in-upgrade lang natin ng konti. Now here, for you to start with 3D modeling, you have to click here, drafting annotation. Okay, so nasa drafting annotation tayo, all you have to do is click the 3D modeling. So remember, you can find it here, and then, once na-click na, you can choose 3D modeling. So, ang paggawa sa 3D modeling sa AutoCAD ay maraming mga ways, even including paglagay ng mga plans and trees ay ituturo ko rin sa inyo kung paano. Okay? So, here you can see sa home, these are mga basic commands na ginagamit sa pag-draft sa what we call 3D modeling. Okay? So, how should you start? Okay, so since I'm going to use this model, what should I do? I'm going to open my layer tab. Then, paglabas ng layer tab natin, I'm going to lock all the layers na meron dito. Okay, ang iiwan ko lang yung default layer na meron ako, which is the white color. So, once you're done, kapag nakalock na siya, I'm going to close this one. And as you can see, naging dull color ang ating drawing. So, we are going to start right away with our work here sa ating AutoCAD by pressing PL. PL stands for polyline. Of course, we've done this with several practices that we had done before sa lining exercise, dimensioning exercise, including site development plan. That's why polyline is a very important command that you need to master. Okay, so polyline, enter. So, I'm going to trace yung floor area na ginawa natin dito. Okay, so click lang lahat ng mga edges ng ating drawing. Okay, click. Then pababa, click. Make sure naka-on ang inyong OSNAP para madali matrack lang mga points and edges ang inyong AutoCAD work. So, once nandito na tayo, just press C to close the drawing. Now, to indicate what we call walls that we are going to have here, I'm going to type offset by 0.15 to have a copy of your wall. So, which this represents as the wall inside or what you call the wall that exists of 0.15 millimeter or 0.15 meters in our AutoCAD work. So, continuing here, PL pa rin for the remaining walls. Click lang natin siya, ang bawat edges. Okay, click. Make sure naka-on ang OSNAP ninyo para madali niyang matrack kasi it will make your work very much more faster and easier. Okay, click lang natin to, bawat edges, until such time we were able to to end the command. So once tapos na, just press C, and then automatic, you already have the wall partition sa ating what we call toilet and bathroom and bedroom. So I'm going to have here rec command for this one sa laboratory natin. Okay, if you do not want getting the inside of the, kasi perspective lang naman, pwede rin naman. Pero iisa-isahin natin siya. Okay, so tanggalin ko na lang muna to so that you could, or kahit iwan na lang natin, pwede rin naman. So kasi ang concentration ng perspective natin is only outside. That's why you have toilet and bathroom details and lavatory details para sa inyong architectural work. Okay, also, rec natin to area na to for our porch. Okay, and then I'm going to copy all the columns. If walang column ang bahay, okay lang din. Okay, so 0.25, I believe 0.25 ba ito siya? Okay, copy na lang, click. And then, copy all places ng inyong column. So, click lang. Click. And then, copy it. Highlight again para mas madali. Remember, when you work faster, it is a plus points to you kasi mas marami kayong matatapos if you work faster. But remember, speed does not always rely on speed because accuracy is very important. Okay? So, yan ang sinasabi ko sa mga bata. So, okay, now that we have already the polylines in our work, I'm going to highlight this polyline that I created and then I'm going to copy this one outside sa ating workspace. So, I did copy this one. Okay, bakit may samang... Okay, so just delete the windows if may mga excess drawings na sumama sa inyo. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya na-lock lahat. So, if you want to check your layer, LA, so, naka-lock naman, pero sumama. That's okay, no? So, importante may spare kayong copy. So, highlight, and then erase all that unnecessary marks or lines that you don't need in your work. So, I'm going to click here for now that we're going to continue with our work on 3D. So, ibig sabihin, we will continue with our work on 3D mode already. So, as you can see here sa navigation system natin, you have the top, north, east, west, south. So, this is our guide on 3D mode. So, when you are going to point your mouse here, as you can see, sa lower left, lower right ng top, if you click here, you will automatically be directed with an isometric 3D work. So, I'm going to move these drawings muna. Okay, kasi extrude naman natin yan siya isa-isa. Okay, I'm going to move these rectangular columns that we did in our perspective. Okay, move muna natin siya para sa ating paglagay mamaya. So, okay, so this time to create the walls itself, no, there are so many commands that you can use for 3D modeling. So, as you can see, marami naman siya talaga dito. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type press pull for the walls. Okay, press pull, click, make sure, okay, mag-highlight itong dalawang lines na to. Okay, click and then drag upwards kung ilan ang size ng measurement ng inyong wall. So, karamihan na ginagawa namin since we already mastered we already had our work before. So, 3 meters for the total height from floor line to ceiling and grade line to the finished floor line is 0.5, which gives it a 3.5 meters. So, I'm going to type here 3.5 as the height of extrusion ng ating work. So, I'm going to give it enter and that gives you your wall. Now, dito naman sa loob, okay, make sure naka-highlight ditong dalawang to sa loob. Okay, so if nakaharang na ang walls dito, you could proceed to the opposite side. So, click na lang natin to siya. So, then makes it more accessible yung sa loob. So, click na lang natin din. And then, I'm going to type 3.5 again for another wall extrusion. Now, this one, okay, move na lang muna natin. Okay, ang laboratory. Okay, so, this time we're going to also to press pull the same command, press pull yung flooring sa loob. So, again, ang height ng finished floor line is 3.5. So, 3.5 and then, I'm sorry, 0.5 lang pala kasi because of the finished floor line to grade line, 0.5 and gives you an give that an enter. So ito naman, same procedure. Sa porch, 0.5, enter. And then, you are going to have yung sa loob naman. Okay. Click. Okay. Hindi talaga pwede. You could just move or now, when you are going to navigate your AutoCAD works, kapag hindi na siya masyadong klaro, you could either hide this or simply you could navigate your work by pressing Shift and then mouse wheel. Okay? Press the Shift, press and hold the Shift and then press the mouse wheel. That will navigate your work into the design area. Same thing siguro, this is what we call the rotate your drawing. Okay? So, rotate your view sa inyong drawing. So, I'm going to type here also for the dito sa loob, press pull para sa ating CR. Remember, hindi same level ng floors ng CR. So, if the main floor level is 3.5, 0.5 I mean, this is 0.4 only kasi mas mababa siya. Okay? So, to check your work, if you want to check your work, okay, balik tayo. If you want to check your work, you could click here. As you can see, dito sa upper left, we have southwest, which means this is the southwest and this is the southeast. So, southwest, and then dito, as you can click here, these are the visual style that you are going to have. This is what we call 2D wireframe. Now, if you want to check it on conceptual, gusto nyo tignan kung ano ng itsura ng 3D ninyo, you can click here and you can check your output with the conceptual work that you are going to have. Okay? So, nandito nakalagay kung anong itsura ng inyong 3D model sa floor plan. Okay? Sa floor na ginawa ninyo. And also, you could also change this with different visual style. You have realistic. Kapag mag-material na tayo, i-material na natin ito siya, you are going to have it on realistic. Okay? So, 2D wireframe lang muna kasi it consumes so much RAM kapag nagre-render na tayo. Now, for laboratory, I'm going to have this extrude. Okay. So, there are two types of, should I say, when you're, actually marami talaga, no? But basic lang muna pag-aralan natin, we are going to have extrude and press pull, especially sa mga residential. Okay. Itong rectangular command, I'm going to right away type an extrude. Okay, as you can see, it also pull up the object. Okay, it creates 3D object. So I'm going to give this as laboratory a 0.9 ang distance niya. Now, if you want to edit so on dito, pwede rin naman. Pero for now, I'm just going to move this drawing inside para makonceptualize natin ang ating laboratory. Okay? So, click lang. And then, meron naman tayong naiwan dito ang mga poste. So, I'm going to give this a highlight. Okay? Highlight natin ito. Ito. And then, type, we're going to extrude. Enter. So, ang taas ng ating poste, same thing with the floor, galing sa grade line to the ceiling line, that is 3.5. And then, you're going to move your work. Okay, copy na lang to or i-move na natin. Move the drawing kung saan sila kanina nakalagay. So, for me, nakalagay mga poste somewhere here. So, which means, we already placed the columns inside the structure. Okay, so, imagine konting output lang pa na nagawa na natin kaagad. Okay, so, here, let's go back to southeast. And then, I'm going to move the drawings dito. Highlight everything. Move the drawing. Okay, and then place it somewhere here, kung saan siya naka-align. So, let's check. Conceptual ulit. From time to time, conceptual ulit. So, to think na nakalagay na sa maayos na lugar ang mga column, including ng mga walls and partitions ng ating bahay. So, di ba? Napakadali naman siyang gawin. Okay, so, after here, so, check to 2D conceptual. And then, we could create already the roof style. Okay, so what I'm going to do, galing dito, no? I'm going to type rectangular command. So, the roof style that we have before, there are so many roof style. Even shed, magagawa natin ito dito. Okay, so, same procedure pa rin tayo. I'm going to create a rectangular command here to the edge dito. Okay. After, I'm going to copy this object dito lang sa labas. Okay. And then, I'm going to extrude at this point 2 for our beam. Okay. And then, move na lang natin ang object na to dito. Now, if you are going to make a gable roofing, you need to have this beam line naka-expose. But if you're going to have your what we call hip roof, so hindi na natin siya kailangan i-expose. So if you want, you can place it there, pero mamaya parang hindi siya makikita. Okay, so spare copy, keep it, and then type rec for the roofing. Click lang, click. Okay, rectangular command, so copy this one, and then offset tayo ng 0.2 going backwards for our cutter, which means ito lang ang kailangan nating output. So copy this one, and then let's type this time extrude pa rin, but with an angle. Okay, so click lang, type extrude. Okay, so as you can see, it has again create an object with a 3D, but when you're going to look at the command sa baba, it says here direction, path, taper angle, or expression. So you're going to type T as taper angle, click lang. As you can see, automatic siyang nakalagay as 3D. So what angle that you're going to use? So karamihan, again, in our AutoCAD works, in our angular that we use in our AutoCAD sa hip roof, we use at 45. So enter, and then just drag the roofing going upwards. Pag nandun na, just click the drag upwards, and then automatically you have already your what we call the roofing. So move na lang natin to siya, and then this one I'm going to give an extrude, kaya sabi kanina ng 0.25. Okay, so copy. Okay, so click muna before you proceed para sa ating cutter. Click lang, then move our work here dito, and then move this output somewhere here, and then you can already move this directly dito sa ating ginawang line. Sorry, meron pa pala siyang 0.20. Okay, before we proceed, so offset muna tayo ng 0.2 paloob for the gutter. Okay, then afterwards, move this line, this object sa loob, and then highlight everything here, move, and then place it somewhere dito sa loob. Then click this one, move it going upwards, edge, and then going to the top. So to check your output if ano nang itsura niya, again from 2D wire to wireframe, check conceptual, then you already have your roofing. Okay, so nandito na po ang ating roofing. You could also use different kinds of roofings with the use again of press pull, or what we call extrude. So for now, hip roof lang muna ang gagamitin natin. Okay, so if you want to change this kind of roofing style, pwede din siya. Okay, now, so you already have your roofing. So ang gagawin ko naman ngayon ay ang gutter. So what should I do? Simply, same command pa rin ang gagamitin natin. To the wireframe, I'm going to proceed to top. Okay, and then gagawa ko ng gutter. So PN. Say for example, the gutter is only, of course, at standard of 0.2, baba ng 0.05, and then 0.05, enter. Then dito naman 0.2, 0.1, and then dito. Then highlight everything, and then press join to make them as one, to make it as a one drawing. So click lang, then proceed tayo dito, right, sa southeast. Rotate your drawing into 3D. So rotate, apply RO, and once you see rotate 3D, automatic click. Then proceed tayo, clicking from this upper left to the lower right, and then give an angle of 90 degree for your output. Now to check if mag-extrude na siya, type extrude. Kapag hindi pa rin, you have to join them. So join, highlight this output, Okay, join the work. Okay, so try to extrude. Okay, so nag-extrude na siya. So I'm going to move this drawing dito. Now that we place the gutter already here, so it's time for us to create yung drawing gutter natin para ma-encircle natin siya sa buong bubong. So highlight everything here and then extrude. Remember to choose spot. So direction, path, taper, angle, and expression. So you're going to choose spot. So typing P is very important. Click and then click the area. So ibig sabihin, for example, naka-connect siya. So what should you do? Kailangan buo siya. So undo natin siya. Then for you to have this drawing, maka-encircle talaga siya, you have to join them. Okay, so join natin ang lahat ng lines na to. So join ang 4 lines na to. So highlight, extrude natin, then type P, click the lines, and then automatically you will have your angle right away. So move natin ang output ninyo. Click here, and then move this one to the gutter. So this is one of the most basic tricks or basic technique in creating what we call 3D object. Okay? So check natin sa conceptual. So you can see you already have your, now if you did commit mistake with your gutter, say for example hindi tama ang pagposisyon ng gutter, so mali ang pagkakopya ninyo, okay, you could just edit it right away. So erase natin to. So let's try to have it correct din talaga. So or simply just undo your work, okay, para hindi naman sayang, para may maano naman kaagad. So simply by typing rec here, papunta sa opposite side, and then copy na lang natin ito. Move natin ito siya para exact talagang pagkuha. So I'm going to copy this one, move this object again somewhere here, and then right away join them, join, and then extrude, type P, click the line, and then you already have your gutter. So move na lang natin to siya, and then check again if naka-correct na position siya. So which is, place it here, and then try to check in conceptual if correct na. So which means ang gutter natin ay nakaupo na maayos sa ating bubong. So try to check. If you want to check it on front view, type here front, or click here front. So you can see, now if you do not want this kind of bubong masyadong mataas talaga, you could shift right away with your what we call gable. So depende kung anong style ng bubong ang gusto niyo. So this is one of what we call one of the basic 3D outputs that you are going to have in your output. Okay? So this time, dito lang muna natin hanggang dito na lang muna as for our basic 3D modeling. So sunod na video na naman natin ngayon, sa susunod na video na ipopost ko, which is already indicating doors and windows sa inyong output, including sa mga grounds and area. Then afterwards, we will proceed with what we call material. And then, until such time as rendering. This is Coach Jin once again, and you are with Drafting Lifestyle. Bless you until our next tutorial.